Kobo Sage Review. Yet again, Kobo Sage has certainly exceeded our expectations as they have done with other e-readers. This model is filled with features, such as stylus support, Bluetooth connectivity for audiobooks, and even 32 GB of storage. The clarity and contrast of the screen during writing are truly noteworthy but do not last very long on battery life. The Sage and the 2018 Kobo Forma share an asymmetrical design and 8-inch screens, resulting in a noticeable increase in visual real estate compared to the 7-inch Libre 2. When looking at them side by side, you can see that the Sage is indeed much larger than its 7-inch counterpart. The screens of the Sage and Forma are about the same size as a print paperback page, but their larger size provides more flexibility with font size, plus bigger images both make for a more comfortable reading experience. Not just that, you can also enjoy reading comics and graphic novels better on this device since fewer frames and speech bubbles are cropped out compared to its predecessor, the Libre 2. The Sage features an e-ink Carta 1200 panel compared to the Forma's Carta 1000 version, but both have the same resolution of 1440 by 1920 pixels and a pixel density of 300p, making them equally sharp. Additionally, their differences are further highlighted by their slightly different panel hues, as Sage's white point appears slightly yellow while Forma's is marginally bluer. Sage's upgraded screen offers a noticeable improvement in rendering gradients, particularly with images. On Forma, smudging of similar colored elements causes banding, with clear layers of different colors appearing. The Sage's next-gen display nearly eliminates this effect when reading material containing images like comics, pocket articles, and heavily illustrated books, making the experience far more natural. Physically, the Sage has had some changes to its design, with mixed results. It offers a more robust chassis and an attractive one-piece front face and 2 page turn buttons. The physical page turn buttons on the Sage are an upgrade from those on the Forma. Although their positions are similar, Sage's buttons have a sleeker design and a cleaner click action, offering a far more satisfying experience than Forma's spongy buttons. These buttons also bear some resemblance to those on the Kindle Oasis but are longer and spaced farther apart. The power button has been moved to the back of the Kobo Forma and is similar in shape and size to what you would find on the Kobo Libre H2O and Libre 2 models. E-readers are one of the final devices to retain the outdated USB microB port, making the transition to the more convenient USB-C port long overdue. The Sage is heavier than the Forma, being 20% bulkier at 241 grams compared to 197 grams. The extra weight is overwhelming in one's palm, and this becomes even more apparent when a cover is attached. The overall weight adds up to 400 grams, heavier than most paperbacks. The Kobo Sage offers a range of features that users have come to expect from Kobo's e-readers, including IPX8 waterproofing as well as extensive file format support. Additionally, you can sign into Adobe Digital Editions and read DRM-protected EPUBs or PDFs from third-party ebook stores. You also have the flexibility to sync web articles via the Pocket Read It Later service. The latest feature, only available in more premium Kobo e-readers such as the Forma, is Dropbox integration. With this you can upload and sync your library to the cloud, wirelessly transferring files to and from your e-reader without having to connect it to a computer. There is however one considerable problem with audiobooks. For the first time, Kobo has shut its doors in the all-inclusive environment by just permitting audiobooks acquired from their bookstore to be enjoyed on the Sage. Yet, the collection is vast and you'll find numerous renowned titles in the Kobo store. The Sage offers 32 GB of internal storage, standard not available in the formerly offered lower-priced model, which is optimal for people who prefer reading physical books. Using the Sage is largely a positive experience. Its large, bright, high-contrast screen makes text and images look great, and the powerful processor makes navigating pages and other interface actions fast. Most of the updates to the Sage are minor though, they may even be considered a step back depending on your requirements. At first, the Sage has a heavier feel than the Libre 2's 215 grams. The Libre 2 and Forma, however, can be held easily with one hand for long intervals. Even without its regular pouch, the Sage does eventually begin to feel burdensome. It is feasible to force it hard enough for it to truly click under your thumb, but not actually activate a page turn. Most of the time these buttons do function as expected, yet they glitch regularly enough that it can be irritating. and obstructs your reading experience since it's often unclear that the page didn't flip, so you wind up rereading a sentence or two in addition to the prior page ahead of realizing the mistake. Surprisingly, this oversight managed to go through quality assurance testing unmolested. Redesigning the power button on the Kobo Sage from that of the former was a smart move, since it is now located on the back. It can be found easily just by touch, and it gives a detailed click which is less likely to be pressed accidentally. Nevertheless, its new position makes it not as effortless to use one-handed unless you rest it somewhere. Furthermore, if you use it with the Kobo Sage's sleepover, then it becomes completely inaccessible, unlike the two Libras with their cutouts. All these may appear trivial, but when your device has gone to sleep due to non-use, then your only other way to switch it on is by closing and opening the sleepover instead of instantly touching the power button. If you choose a dedicated e-ink reader rather than a small tablet, one advantage is that it should offer much better battery performance. The Sage has the same size Li-ion battery as the former, 1200 mAh, yet it doesn't provide nearly as much battery life. In our initial testing, we only got up to 15 hours of use while just reading, no writing or searching the Kobo store. This is not satisfactory for an e-reader.